I find myself, after General Sanders, basically saying the same thing, but a little bit on the more political angle. I think really the key point, when we speak about stronger Europe and, even its cohesion, the main point is that there is no, Europe is not sovereign. If it's not sovereign, it's in defense, in its security. We have clear examples. Just looked at the latest trade negotiations where, Europe's position was very much, I would claim, impacted of the security situation, the situation in Ukraine. One thing, because a lot of this discussion is done in the European level. For example, this discussion of SAVE, 150 billion, and this tool or fund where you can loan money. And I think it's a good step to the good direction, but the issue is that it's actually the Prime Minister Plenković, if you listen to him, he made actually the story which is in many European countries, that after the Berlin Wall you have a situation where it was considered that the security threats are different, and in many places the defense structures were taken down, no conscription model, and now we are in the situation that most of the European countries are not able to defend their territory, with the assumption that there is no real threat, or with the assumption that NATO and US will come to help. In a European level, many issues can be done. First of all, we have to think about the concept. As General Sanders mentioned, we have to have kind of level playing procurement tools, single market for defense. We need military mobility so that we can move, even that we have not yet handled, move troops from west to east if needed. We can do a lot of common research in a European level, in civil protection, and in many other areas. But the main issue is really what the individual member states do and how they defend. Also, when we speak about European security and defense, there is one issue, and we discussed with Professor Nanastakis when we were driving with the taxi here in a hotel where the best discussions always take place, and making the point that we have now the political problem. And so I'm from Finland, so if the tanks come in 2 hours, they're in my mother's front door. So I have a piece in the game. But the reality, political reality is that we have to, in that discussion, start to see more the regional challenges. For example, Greeks are with the Turks. We have the Cypriots, which have their concerns. You have the South, for example, Malta with Libya. We have even Spain, who have thought they have concerns about Morocco, Ceuta, Melilla. All these discussions, because the people and the citizens after 3-4 years start to say that, wait, okay, we understand this Ukraine, etc., but how about our concerns? So that's one of the challenges. And to conclude, I would say 3 taboos, which we need to, in my view, need to integrate this discussion. First is the nuclear deterrence. It's the big elephant in the room, which we don't dare to touch. There's understanding that is one aspect we need to tackle. Maybe UK can be very helpful, but that discussion needs to take place. The second is and we discussed with General Sanders yesterday evening, is this the fact that the mobilization capacity. This week we heard news about France, this discussion in Germany and Poland coming, relaunching the drafting. And third impact, which was again mentioned by General, is I think there is no understanding or not enough understanding how crucial Ukraine is for European security and defense architecture for the future, for us. Because they are the real military superpower in Europe for us. And to conclude, and this I know many people are not so happy when I say that, but it's not for granted. If we fail them, in 3 to 4 years, it's not so sure that they definitely are on our side. It is, at the moment there will be ceasefire, there will be a new political situation in Ukraine, and the Russians will be there. And we can, in a worst case scenario, have a kind of Georgia type of situation in Ukraine. I'm saying it openly. So with this, pleasure to be here.